I am here to chat to you today about working in the sport and physical activity sector. I'm going to talk to you about the broad range of jobs there are and how you can set off on your pathway towards one of these careers. So why work in this industry? Why work in sport and physical activity? Do you know what you want to do when you've left education, when you've left school? Do you enjoy sports? Do you hate sports? Either way, there's a career for you in the sector. You don't have to be sporty to work in this sector. It's flexible, it's social, it's fun, it's challenging, it's dynamic, and it's people orientated. When you're working in the sector, you can gain transferable skills, you can create your own career paths, you can change people's lives ultimately, and you can have multiple dynamic roles. But don't take it from me. So I went and asked lots of professionals that work in the industry already, that work in sport and physical activity. And I said to them, can you give me one word that demonstrates why you work in the job you're in? And these were the words they came out with. And you can kind of see there's a pattern of caring, engaging, it's teamwork, it's educational, it's about being powerful and inspiring. So yeah, take it from the horse's mouth. This is what they've said about why they want to work in the sector, and I want to inspire you to think the same. So when you think about jobs in sport, what jobs come to mind? So for me, it's a coach down my local netball club. It's a lifeguard at my local swimming pool, and perhaps a volunteer at some of the sports events. Lots of parents volunteer, you might volunteer. But actually, there are so many roles. There are tons of jobs within the sector that you might not have considered. And these go all the way from the part-time coach up to the manager of a leisure centre, or an exercise referral specialist for clients with long-term health conditions. Perhaps you can train Olympic people. You can be a PE teacher. So the industry is a bustling, dynamic environment, and it's full of motivated, passionate people who cover roles in so many different areas. And we're going to kind of go on to talk about the different salaries within these roles, how you can begin to develop a career in sports. So I'm just going to show you a video, just so you don't have to listen to my voice the whole time, about what other people think about working in the sector.
What I love about working in sport is meeting different people.
It's fun. So it's always a good laugh. There's a bit more of a relaxed atmosphere.
I like working with people, which a lot of people might think they would.
I love talking to people, talking to members. That's my favourite part of the job.
You get to take people on journeys. It's not a transactional industry. By you give something takes away from you, and you never see that person again. We get to become emotionally invested in people's journeys, whether it's developing them professionally, developing them emotionally, and also at the very core of it, supporting their health and well-being needs as well.
What's great about what I do is helping others. It's helping them to become more active, but also increasing the happiness within their lives, and it's really nice to see that positive change. If you enjoy working with people, or if you enjoy working in sport and fitness, it's definitely something I'd recommend to do. There is something for everybody. So yeah, definitely go for it.
I just love working in the leisure industry. You can see people achieve things, you get to know customers, you get to know the stories. There's always a story about why they want to be here doing the activities. So it's nice to see people achieving their goals.
It's about enjoyment, it's about helping others and enjoying day-to-day life.
Dealing with different people, whether what nationality, disabilities, whatever, it's absolutely fantastic.
So outside of the core coaching roles and the delivery roles within each sport, there's a vast array of opportunities to get involved. That might be in social media and marketing, that might be in business support of that activity or that organisation. There's lots of opportunities beyond just the standard delivery within each of those sports.
Every day is totally different. The people you get to meet is just, You have such a great laugh with them. You've got such a great team.
You've worked for so many years of your life, you've got to make sure you enjoy your job. And if you're into fitness, this is definitely something you should consider.
So who am I to be talking to you about it? I actually wanted to be a vet when I was in school. So I went to university and I studied zoology. But whilst I was at school and whilst I was at university, I always played, I coached and I umpired netball as a hobby. And then it became a part-time job because I got my coaching qualifications. Then really random, I became a scuba diving instructor and I lived abroad for a while. And then I came back to the UK and I trained to become a teacher. But I think underlying all of that, my passion has always lay with sports. And so I started working for CIMSPA and I used all of those skills and knowledge I picked up along the way through my education and through my jobs to then get me this job. But who are CIMSPA? So CIMSPA stands for the Chartered Institute for the Management of Sport and Physical Activity. And it's a mouthful. We know it's a mouthful. We're just going to call it CIMSPA. So CIMSPA is the professional body for the UK sport and physical activity sector. So we help look after the entire sector of sports and physical activity. And we're really committed to supporting, developing and enabling professionals and organisations to succeed. So we're trying to support you, support anybody coming into the sector, support anybody already in the sector, and develop a vibrant UK-wide sport and physical activity sector with really high standards. So we define 6 industries within the sector, within the sport and physical activity sector, and they all contain different jobs. So our biggest sector, the biggest proportion of this sector is exercise and fitness. And that includes all the people that work directly with people in gym settings, personal training, exercise classes. We also have professional sports, and this is the industry that supports top athletes competing at a high level. But not just those athletes, it supports the entire coaches team and coach support teams around those individuals. Community sport includes your local football centres. It includes people participating in physical activity from all backgrounds. So it's often in your local areas and it's including everyone. Leisure operations might be the way to go if you prefer the management and organisational side of things, because this industry helps with the smooth running of centres. It enjoys supporting people to become more active in places like leisure centres, swimming pools, ice rinks. The health and well-being industry focuses on the improvement of health through sport and physical activity, so it can lead to gaining skills useful to working with the NHS or other health professionals. And last but not least, adventure sport. And this includes the sports that don't quite fit into any category because they're slightly different, such as rock climbing or BMXing. So there might be one there that you already participate in, there might be one that you're more interested in. But what money can you earn? How much can you expect to get paid? Traditionally, the sport and physical activity sector have been seen as low paid and only temporary work, but you can actually build and develop a really well-paid permanent career out of this sector. Entry-level jobs are the largest proportion of jobs. So that's all of the kind of limey green colour or the green colour on the pie charts. And you'll see that includes a lot of jobs, but you can earn up to £25,000 in these roles. And then you'll see in the leisure and sport managers pie chart that 46% of managers in the sector are being paid between £25,000 and £50,000. And then we'll go over to fitness instructors. The highest paid fitness instructor can get paid £125,000, and actually 14% of fitness instructors are sitting in the highest paid salary bracket. So there is room for progression. You're not going to get paid minimum wage staying in the sector. As you advance your skills and advance your role, you can start to climb that pay scale. But what do employers want? What do you need to be focusing on? And if you have a look at these characteristics that employers have pointed out to us, we've gone out and asked employers for this information. You don't see on there they want qualification in personal training. You don't see that they want you to be a level 700 coach. They want good customer service. They want you to be enthusiastic. They want you to be good at communicating. So they're not looking for the most qualified people with the most certificates behind their name. They think that actually these softer skills are really important, and that's what they're looking for to employ into their jobs. And if you can prove that you're a really good person for the role, then actually employees are often happy to help you gain the qualifications you need to supplement your role because you've got those underlying skills. So can you demonstrate any of these? Maybe you've helped lead a group project to show you have leadership skills. Have you planned an event for someone's birthday or within school to show that you have management skills? And I bet you can actually start to implement some of these skills already on your CV when you're applying to jobs.
Over the last year, sport has taken a hit. Across the land, movement has been restricted, and the challenges we already faced grew bigger. Today, the need to tackle them is more urgent than ever. We believe that when we move, we are stronger. And that sport and physical activity can do so much more. Play a role in society like never before. From pitches to pavements, we'll come together again. Uniting to meet the challenges and make a difference. It's time to take it to another level. Because movement is essential for our health, for our communities, and for the next generation. Let's give sport and physical activity a bigger role and bigger goals. We'll get more people moving, playing, feeling the effects. More feet walking, more hearts beating, more celebrating. Individual inspiration, community connection, national transformation. When we work together, we can make a meaningful change. That's our strategy. And united, we can make this happen. Because today, we all have a bigger part to play. United, we are the movement. Join in and visit unitingthemovement.org.
And so I played that video for you because we work really closely with Sport England on lots of our projects, lots of our goals, and we're working with them, and they said it better than I could. So what I've done here is I've gone to some fairly important people within the sport and physical activity sector that luckily we have lots of contacts, and I've asked them to provide me with a quote about their experience or the reason they love working in the sector. So we've got an ex-Olympian on here, we've got a professional rugby player, we've got a CEO, we've got heads of development, even someone from the military. And I'm not going to read all these out. I want you to go away and you can come back to this slide and just have a look at why people have said why they like working in the industry. And there's a common theme. Basically, they feel like they're inspired and they can help people every day, and they just enjoy the motivation that's within the sector and the inspiration that people bring. But let's talk about you. So where are you right now? You're probably in education, and there are lots of different pathways to get into a career in sport and physical activity. But everyone I have ever spoken to has taken a completely different pathway. Look at me. I wanted to be a vet, and now I'm working in the sport and physical activity sector. So one way to go is university. So universities across the country offer a range of degrees in sport coaching, therapy, management, rehabilitation, and exercise science, and they can all give you the knowledge and qualifications to get a job in the industry. You might go straight into some training or do some training as well. So during your education and for the rest of your career, whatever you do, you will be doing training throughout. And you probably don't like it now, but you will. There are courses ranging from just under an hour to several weeks, and they can all give you different amounts of recognition and experience, which will help you climb the career ladder and specialize in different areas. You might decide to go for an apprenticeship, and these last for a minimum of 12 months, and they combine hands-on work with the opportunity to train and get qualifications. It's also paid, so it's a great option to be able to train while you learn and earn money. Or you might want to go straight into full-time employment or part-time employment, and depending on your current experience, you might be able to just start work in the sector straight away. Perhaps you're an assistant coach at your local club already. You can get paid in different roles while gaining experience. But actually, all of these things interlink. So while you're at university, you're going to be training. While I was at university, I had a part-time job as a coach. While you're doing an apprenticeship, you're training and earning at the same time. All of these things overlap, and there's no kind of one specific career pathway in. You can mix and match these and keep developing your career as you go. And then we hope that this ultimately leads to a career that you enjoy, you earn enough money in, and you want to keep going in. So you have a few options about how to start or continue your career path in this sector. And I've kind of listed here any of the ways or all of the ways that you can start to get the skills and experience you need. But what does that blue logo mean? What does CIMSPA actually mean? If you see this, it is a kite mark of quality. So if you see this logo on courses or qualifications or at a gym or an organization, it shows that they're recognized within the industry. So it shows that they follow the industry values and the professional standards. They have basically made a promise that they're committed to delivering a high standard. They're committed to supporting the career development and prospects of our workforce, which could be you. And you need that support. You want as much support as you can get. How can you demonstrate you're ready to work though? So maybe you're at the point where you want to apply for jobs. Are you ready to jump into that job? So if you ask yourself, would you employ yourself? If you were going to employ someone else, what would you look for in them? Why would somebody employ you over your best friend? So you need to demonstrate that you're reliable, that you're always going to try and get the work done. You're going to work to the best of your ability. Are you punctual? Are you often late for school or college? Because it doesn't work like that. You've got to be on time for work. Do you have good communication skills? Have you ever phoned an organization to make an appointment or make a reservation? Have you emailed someone about something professional in a really professional manner? And you've got to be able to do this with people with all backgrounds and all ages. So you might speak to people younger than you, but it's likely you're going to be speaking to a lot of people older than you. So can you be respectful? Can you use the right language? Are you a problem solver? And do you have any work experience? And work experience is definitely something that wherever you're studying at the moment, they can help you gain that. But there are also so many organizations that can help you. And what I've done is all of these logos will link straight out to the website. So if you want to follow any of these and look up and research any of them, then you can just click on the logo. The National Careers Service in pink gives you advice on all the pathways and career choices post 18. UK Sport can help you find a job specific to the sport and physical activity sector. CIMSPA, you can become a member of CIMSPA, and what we do is we help to build your professional recognition. We help you to develop your career. We can give you advice, we can give you direction, and you get loads of free discounts and free training and rewards. And who doesn't like free stuff? Career Pilot can give you advice on internships. Apprenticeships can obviously give you advice on the right work so you can get paid alongside your training. UCAS provides career advice to help you find your dream job. And the government website helps provide a helpline for teenagers in careers. And last but not least, CIMSPA run a youth panel. And the youth panel basically provides a board of people that have a perspective from young adults involved and interested in the sport and physical activity sector. So you The youth panel acts as advisors to the board. They advocate the youth perspective and they influence policy, practice, and strategic direction of CIMSPA, which then helps the entire industry. So it allows you could become proactively involved in the future of the workforce, and it's made up of 14 members. You've got to be aged between 16 and 25, and you can have your say. You can bring an opinion, bring your influence into the industry already, even at a young age. So I think this is really valuable, and if you want more information on this, then please just get in contact with us or click on the links in the slide, because it's a way to start building those skills up that employers are looking for in your CV and to start meeting people within the industry. What I've done is I've provided some information for you, some links that you can click on, but ultimately if you want some help, then please do get in touch with CIMSPA. We are more than happy to help. I've put in our phone, I've put in our email there, and there's lots of things on here that might be useful to you, but we just want to inspire you. And ultimately we want you to ask the question, why should I work in this industry, and be able to answer it because it's diverse, it's dynamic, it's fun, and it could be a career for life, even if you like sports or you don't. So yeah, get in touch if you have any questions, and I look forward to maybe meeting you in the future.